Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Sri Devi Rezeki with NPM 2015-05-1073 from Geophysical Engineering 2020. I will explain about the joint and the types of joint. What is joints? Joints are cracks or fractures that are formed in rock due to a force acting on the rock and have not experienced a shift. Joints are rocks-type structures in the form of broken planes because the nature of this plane separates the rock into separate parts. The structures joints are divided into three types, namely shrinkage joints, sheet joints, and tectonic joints. 1. Shrinkage joint. That is a joint caused by the shrinkage force arising from cooling in igneous rocks or drying in sedimentary rocks, usually along the polygonal in shape. 2. Heat joint. A collection of joints parallel to the ground, especially in igneous rocks. This joint formation is due to the loss of eroded rock load. Loss of load on this joint occurs due to: first, igneous rock has not completely frozen completely. 1. Suddenly on top of it accelerated erosion. 3. Often occurs in concordant intrusions still shallow. 3. Strong due to tectonics. Tectonic joints are formed due to the influence of tectonic processes or the forces resulting from the movement of the Earth's crust based on the genesis or process of formations. Tectonic joints are divided into: 1. Sturdy grain or shear joints. 2. Discourse joints occurs due to compressions or pressure forces. Characteristic of these joints are usually in pairs. Cutting rock fragments, the joint plane is always straight and flat. 3. Strength extensions. Joints formed due to tensile force. 4. Sturdy release. Joints classification. 1. Based on the shape. Systematic, stout joints in pairs are parallel to each other. 2. Non-systematic, irregular joints usually curved can meet or cross between other joints or do not intersect other joints and end in the bed plane. 2. Based on the genesis. 1. Joints. Joints that occur due to stress that tends to slip in the fields of each other that are close together. 2. Strong pull. Joints formed perpendicular to the forces that tend to move a rock. This occurs as a result of stress, which tends to split by pressing it in the opposite direction. Then the two walls will move away from each other. Several types on tensile strength. 1. Tensile fractures, namely canine joints in which the fracture plane is in the same direction as the stress. 2. Release fractures, which is a tensile joint formed due to loss or reductions of pressure. Its orientation is perpendicular to the main force. This structure is commonly called stylolite. Classification of stocky based on shape. 1. Systematic joints are joints in the form of pairs of directions parallel to each other. 2. Non-systematic things, namely irregular joints, can usually meet each other or cross between other joints and in the bedding plane. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.